Warning, this video may contain lots of stuff what this movie encounters of very delicate, serious matters, but reassured with the director Emerald Fennell that she has made it very subtle as a subtle dark black comedy. This is not trying to offend anybody out there.
Well, it's a bit of a tricky one because it's kind of one of those stories that I think you don't want to say too much about because it sort of relies on a bit of sleight of hand, like, you know, a lot of thrillers do. But it is about a young woman who had a sort of troubling past, and she goes out every night, goes to nightclubs and pretends to be drunk and sees who picks her up. And it's sort of, you know, it's a revenge movie, but it's a dark comedy and it's a romance, and yeah, it's just about forgiveness, forgiving yourself, forgiving other people, I guess. It makes it sound less fun than it is. It's also very fun.
The movie is quite fun, but it has its very deep, dramatic, serious scenes in it. Very interesting for anyone to watch it with other people, and after the movie you will get in this engagement of conversation. Unfortunately, it doesn't work for everyone, especially my two colleagues I'm with, and yes, as you all know, because it's part 3, we're watching it in the shed, and we had to stop the movie because, yes, I had to physically explain about this scene where Emerald Fennell actually stars in her own movie as she is doing a form of a video for a certain act of yes, and I had to explain this to my colleagues. I don't get it, what? Why would you call something like that, you know, blowing, when you're not, you're doing something else with your mouth? On another thing, they ain't really hygienic putting something like that in your mouth, where you know, where your pee-pee comes out of and all that lot. I mean, bloody hell, it's all what people have to bloody brush their teeth and all that lot. But I don't still get the figure of the, you know, who invented that? I ain't got a clue. You remember Mr. Captain Know-It-All? You ain't been really helpful. I mean, you've been telling us about, you know, watching this movie, and you don't even know who invented kissing. Like, we were talking about saliva, didn't we? In people's cups of coffee and all that lot. You know, you said it was a funny movie.
It is a funny movie, especially how you're reacting.
Oh, shut up, Captain Gorgeous.
But the thing is, I don't understand. You know, animals, they don't kiss, really, do they? I mean, they have their mouths and stuff, but the thing is, though, do animals actually do what you've explained to us, Mr. Captain Know-It-All?
Well, no. Yeah, I think it's just down to the human race. Oh, that is just disgusting. I mean, why do humans want to do that? It's just a partial of, you know, oral sex. Oral sex? Oh, when you said these fancy words to us, well, I don't get it. Oh, man, oh. I would like to get back to the movie now. You mean the movie with Kerry Mulligan spitting in Paul Berman's coffee? I mean, that is unhygienic. You know, people have to chase after germs while getting bleach and stuff and all that lot, but it is disgusting seeing somebody physically spitting in their coffee. I mean, no, it's awful. Ah!
No, he was dedicated, and there are some great outtakes of when, you know, Kerry really spat quite a lot into his coffee, and he'd gotten quite a bit, you know.
That is absolutely disgusting. Somebody actually spitting in your coffee in a coffee shop. Oh, that! Imagine going to the manager about that.
I bet he didn't complain, though, getting free coffee.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, right. Well, can we move on? Well, yeah, but obviously we've got that bit with the, the director, all about, certain videos, and you had to explain about that. Can I ask one question? Did they spit it out, or did they swallow it or something? Well, it's been known that they swallow. Did they get pregnant that way then? No. Oh, do you know? Because it goes in stomach acid and all that lot. So, why did they do it then? See, you don't know everything, do you? Well, I'm not going to claim I do. Well, then you can't be called Miss Know-It-All when you don't know bugger all, do you?
I think Hitchcock, had he been able to, would certainly have wanted to play the cameo of Blowjob Lips.
What did she mean there about Hitchcock? Will you just shut up and just carry on watching the movie?
Yeah!
Perfect. Blowjob Lips. So, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for following. I love you. Bye.
Why do people wear lipstick for? I'm not answering that question. Because you don't know, do you?
Shut up and watch the movie!
Don't tell me to shout. Anyhow, why's she wiping lipstick off her mouth for now? Look, I'm not saying anything, it's just a disguise. Right, okay. Right, so lipstick's off now, ain't it? Well, yeah. Well, and that's Christopher Mintz-Plasse, in it. That means one thing then, doesn't it? It's got Chloe Grace Moretz in it, ain't it? That means Hit Girl's gonna be in it, ain't it? No, but I want you to be sort of like respectful.
Something that I probably wouldn't talk about. I think that kind of stuff is is private, and certainly. But what I will say, of course, is that if you grow up as a woman in the world, you are aware very acutely, pretty much the moment you hit puberty, often before, that your experience of the world is going to be slightly different, and you're going to be vulnerable in a different way. And I think that that was very, very much complicated by a culture, the sort of raunch culture that was, that I grew up in, and that was even, has been really going on for a long time now, where this kind of stuff was permitted, almost expected, almost encouraged. It was a sort of weird rite of passage. It was kind of banter. And that's what is so dark to me about it, that it was so commonplace.
I head open like a lobster claw.
Fine, then there's going to be some action in it now. She's going to get revenge against Red Mist now, isn't she? Look, she's not in the movie.
Find pleasurable or enjoy are sort of belittled. And I think that extends, certainly in this movie, it extends to pop music, it extends to certain colour palettes, it extends to having your nails done. So much of what Cassie does in her day-to-day life, actually, as much as the nightlife, is she uses people's expectations against them, and so she dresses in a way that means she can hide in plain sight. Because the thing is that as someone myself who I love all of the stuff that Cassie sort of enjoys, I've sort of grown up being very aware that how you dress and how you present yourself as can be a very important communicative tool, and often for many women a sort of a disguise, something that can protect them. So many clothes are so much more than just t-shirt and jeans to so many people. And yes, there's something delicious about that kind of pastel manicure, because it kind of reads, for some reason, it kind of reads maybe vapid or vain or shallow. And that's a useful thing, because that, those are the nails you don't see scratching your eyes.
You know I'm actually right now?
Oh, he's taking that devil's powdered bear, isn't he? What? What are you on about? That movie, it's based on a true story, right? It's about a bear, right? And it's back in the 80s, a bear bear what had that stuff, right? And it died, right? But it was well known, you know, about is it about that? You know, talking about serious stuff about, you know, the devil bear powder. What are you on about? You know, it's insinuating that stuff, isn't it? You know, back in the days with the BBC, when they had that, you know, children's programme, Grange Hill, right, and it had that very popular song, Just Say No.
Right, where is he going with this? We're trying to watch the movie.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to assess what the movie is, isn't it? So it's going on that subject. What, about a bear? No. Well, yeah, it was a serious subject. There was a guy called Andrew Thornton, and he's known for, you know, for his naughty substance that it actually physically killed a bear. And we're watching, you know, Red Mist over there taking the stuff but up his nose, but obviously the bear ate the stuff, and you know what I'm trying to get at. I mean, that's what the movie's doing. I mean, they're all popular 80s movies. What did that? And obviously when we were growing up in that time, you know, we had the BBC, well, had that special message to give to people about not actually taking that substance and saying the word no, wasn't it? Well, yeah, now I see where you're trying to get round this. The way your thoughts work is bizarre, but this movie does stand out with, you know...
Can't we just get back to the movie? I mean, you're spoiling it now. You two are having a conversation through it now.
No, but he's coming out with a very good point. Yeah, that's right, you know, back in the 80s, you remember the actress, you know, Melissa Wilkes, right? She played Jackie Wright, always going, somehow, about not taking that lethal substance, right? I mean, you got Elizabeth Banks, what directed the Bear movie, and they seem to be, like, making that substance a bit of a, you know, a joke, aren't they? And back in our days, it was a very serious matter, and it still is now, isn't it? I mean, that's how you think, how you influence people, is by that devil's bear powder.
You what?
He is coming out with a very serious point, though.
You agreeing with him then?
Well, yes, he's pointed out, you know, about Elizabeth Banks. Yes, she has made a movie based on Andrew Thornton, what is actually a true event, what happened, and obviously with Pavlo the bear or something, that did genuinely happen. And yes, she has made the Bear movie a comedy, and obviously I know this is classed as a comedy, but don't get it infamously confused with the Bear movie. I wasn't going to be saying that.
I don't care. Both of you having a conversation about bears. What happens in this?
Maybe we should play an interview to maybe understand where I'm getting at this.
Cocaine Bear, directed by Elizabeth Banks, is based on a true story.
Sorry guys, wrong film. Might have put a different one on.
The most important quality, being sexy.
Sorry lads, I've got to rewind the tape a bit more further back. Oh, come on with your wrong technology, come on!
I mean, supremely problematic as a man, but undisputed genius, Hitchcock.
Sorry, I've got to rewind this tape a bit more further back. That sounds interesting with Hitchcock.
Look, care, what are you doing, Mr. Know-It-All?
I'm trying to get to an important moment in the movie, and I don't want really distractions of obviously about bears, and obviously we've got actors what are in other movies, but it comes to a very serious
It's just taking me forever. Just keep going over it and over it and over it in my head, just picking at it like a scab.
Absolutely. I think, well, I first started sort of thinking about it and kind of, I guess I was pitching it by spring kind of 2017, so maybe a couple of years before that. And I guess I thought a lot about the culture that I grew up in, the use of alcohol in kind of hookup culture, the sort of things that had just been completely normalised that were actually incredibly abusive, sort of things that were jokes in movies and TV shows that really weren't funny. So and what usually happens for me is a scene, it will start with a scene, and so the scene that kind of this started from was just a drunk girl lying on a bed. If somebody undresses her kind of drunkenly saying, "What are you doing?" and then sitting up stone cold sober and saying, "What are you doing?" And that, I think that moment I sort of thought, okay, I think I know what this movie is about, and I think I have an idea of who this woman is.
Sorry lads, I am trying my best. It is a very emotional, very serious subject on this movie, and obviously I'm trying to find the perfect interview of Emerald Fennell, you know, how she explains this scene. What?
It's about, I guess, like, what it's like to be a guy right now, you know? Like, what it's like...
It began in a very nebulous way, which is I think I was just thinking about growing up and the kind of behaviour that was just, and still is, regrettably, kind of just allowed. The treatment of girls and young women at parties, in clubs, the use of alcohol and drugs and kind of seducing men. And it just always sat so horribly, and it's one of those things that's very difficult to articulate because it's so endemic. But you know, what happens usually for me is if I've been thinking about something for a long time, a kind of, I don't know, a little moment or something will occur to me that maybe that illustrates a point, perhaps. And for me, it was, you know, a very, very, very drunk girl lying on a bed as someone undresses her, asking him, "What are you doing?" drunkenly. And then suddenly sitting up sober and looking him dead in the eye and saying, "What are you doing?" And I think for me that illustrated everything I feel about this, which is that, you know, you only know that something is, well, we all know that this is wrong, of course, but the thing is that if there's nothing, if it's just a grey area and there's nothing too terrible about it, then why would somebody be so frightened to be caught in the act of it, you know? And I think it just, that felt to me like the beginning of something really interesting and, you know, personal, I think, to so many of us who grew up, well, I mean, in pretty much any era, but certainly, you know, the last 20 years or what have you.
Don't worry lads, I will definitely find it. It is quite very, she's got a very, very strong opinion and a very, very good point about this scene, and it's really good, and I want to find it.
Like, what it's like to be a guy in the world? Just this gritty, low-life, fucked-up love story. And it all...
I think, you know, men get so many cool costumes. Got Batman. They've got all the kick-ass ones, and so it's good to... Also, there's something kind of pleasurably subversive about taking the kind of kinky nurse's uniform and making it a source of fear rather than arousal is quite... probably will be quite good on Halloween.
And it all takes place in New York over the course of one night.
What are you doing now? I mean, I'm trying to watch the movie and you're turning it off and trying to play these interview things on now, aren't you? So now you're coming a nuisance.
Look, to get the idea of what is going on,
already suss that out.
yeah, but for Captain Pervert,
What are you saying? That I'm stupid or something?
no, but the point is, it's a very strong message what's going to happen here.
Right, it's building the tension up for bloody no reason now. You're getting annoying. You're annoying, you keep interrupting when you know what's about the movie. Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna stop talking about it. I don't want to jinx it.
So no, so the way I write, which is, I suppose, sort of maybe slightly different, is that I don't write anything down really until it's finished, completely finished in my head. So it usually takes me a couple of years to finish it completely, and then I'll write it down. And so for me, I was very lucky because I pitched it to Lucky Chap, who were just amazing, and I just pitched them the cold open, so that really culminating in that scene, and they bought it with no just off that. So then when I handed the movie into them, whenever it was, kind of 8 months later, I think, they were kind of reading it pretty cold too.
Sorry, chaps, about that.
What do you know about that? Yes, why are you playing that? Just play what you're trying to play. Just tell me.
I am trying my best.
You do coke, right? Not really. Oh, come on.
Scene comes in the first part of the movie where we see Cassandra, played by Kerry Mulligan, in one of her nighttime activities, and she and Neil, played by Christopher Mintz-Platz, have met at a club, or rather he has found her at a club and taken her home.
Finally, I'm on the right side now, lad, so, yeah, we're ready for it.
Well, not ready for anything. You're just bloody annoying. Well, what are you trying to get at? We already established that bit already by the time you play the bloody tape.
I got work in the morning.
Oh, whatever, so do I.
For this story, you know, a revenge thriller about a woman who has been assaulted in the past, I think it has to be a woman who writes and directs this movie. I think the backlash would have been out of this world if a guy was telling that story. But she's brilliant. She knew exactly what she was doing. It was one of those things I was reading it and I'm like, I don't quite understand the tone. You're casting like comedic actors as sexual predators, which was just a brilliant move. And, you know, on set, it was like some of the stuff we were doing was funny but uncomfortable, and I'm assaulting her and I'm like, is that the right tone for this situation? But she knew exactly what the end game was, and it shows in the movie.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely nearly there now. You'll get the gist of the idea of the impression of the story I'm trying to tell.
We don't care. You just keep interrupting the bleeding movie. Yeah. You can shut up. You're not any better, are you? Oh, don't start arguing at me.
Yeah, it was great. I can't take any credit for anything. I'm in one scene of the movie. It was one full day of work. But, you know, when I read the script, you read a lot of scripts, and I think you kind of know, like 30 pages in, what kind of movie it is and where it's going. But I could not put down the script for this movie at all. I was, you know, it made me, as a man, it scared me. It made me think about my life. It made me have conversations with people. And I was just excited. I took a meeting with Emerald, the writer-director, and we talked a little bit about, you know, her dating life, my dating life, that kind of situation, and she offered me the part, and it was just incredible to work opposite Carrie, and I think she's just masterful in the movie, and I guarantee she's going to get nominated and probably should win an Oscar for sure.
It got nominated 5 Oscars, I presume.
You're not too sure, are you? Oh yeah, you're not too sure how to work that type machine, have you? Come on, get it sorted.
And I think the thing about this scene is it's a kind of subversion of a lot of scenes perhaps we've seen in romantic comedies. The nerdy, nice guy who's sort of not very confident with women is maybe using alcohol as a cover for slightly more nefarious activities.
So, they're coming out with a very serious point. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Well, yes, because obviously I don't want you interrupting, like, if you see something what's completely different.
But can I say one thing?
What?
Can we get back to watching the movie? Why are you doing this?
Because you know what it's like. I'm trying to point a message that, about, ladies drinking and stuff and all that lot. Yeah, what are you getting at? Well, not politically nasty at you, but there's a point.
That it's not remotely unusual for not only for men to pick up girls who are very drunk and take that as a sort of green light, but also for them to talk almost exclusively in a monologue.
You're messing about with that type machine. That must be more monologue then, is it? No, what are you getting at now? You bloody messing about all them interviews or whatever. Oh, what are you trying to get at? I'm trying to come out with this very serious point. You're accusing me of something, are you? No, not specifically, but you are called Captain Pervert for a reason.
Yeah, 'cause you're a pervert.
Oh, I'm only called that because I'm very inquisitive and I've never had sex.
Well, neither have I.
Well, obviously, you know I have, and he keeps asking me every minute near enough about it.
Oh, not every minute. Have I asked you recently?
About maybe a few seconds ago, maybe.
What, I haven't?
It was very important to me in this film that we're seeing stuff that is just incredibly commonplace.
You're making it so common, you messing about with that cassette tape, aren't you now? I'm trying to get that interview, aren't I? You will pay attention.
With Carey, who's just kind of supernaturally talented, it was about both being incredibly real and grounded in the moment and in her rage and all of that, but it's also being aware of what, once the turn happens, what Neil thinks is going to happen and what we, the audience, think are going to happen.
Why are you blinking messing about with that now? Look, I'm trying to find this interview because then you need to pay attention. Why? Because you don't know what she might do. Oh, I'll figure it out.
So you often find, when Cassie meets these men, she very deliberately does nothing to invite their advances at all. And so when you look at Chris's performance, what I said to him, as I said to everyone in this movie really was, this is your movie, you're the romantic hero, you're the nice guy, and this is your falling in love moment, because you feel such a connection to this girl, because you like her hair, and she's wearing a leopard print skirt, and she's in your apartment. So this must be love, and it definitely isn't anything else.
Finally, I think I've found the interview.
The thing that's so brilliant about Carey's performance is actually she is playing a part, but she's always Cassie. From the first moment, from that first moment when she sits up and she's sober, and we know what the game is, or at least we start to become familiar with the rules of the game, we can see her always. We can see her in that scene with Alice and Bree. We can see her in the moment that Neil sticks his fingers in her mouth to put cocaine on her gums. We see her, and that's just such a deft performance, because it would be very tempting to do a kind of transformation, actually, to play a full Valley girl, to play full whatever it was, whatever the part is, but really she's always there, and we always know it's her, and it's that, I think, is the cleverness and the honesty of the performance. It's not, there would have, I suppose, could have been a version of really chewing the furniture with each of those scenes, which would have, been very fun to watch, but she's we can feel her in there. We feel her anger in all of those scenes, no matter how cheerful she's being. I think that's what makes it so compelling.
Hopefully I've got the right interview on this one.
Oh my God, you are so pretty.
And I think what is so beautifully played in this scene, really, from both Carey and Chris, is that you're seeing both how they're communicating with each other and what they're communicating to us, the audience. And so with Cassie, by this point we know she isn't drunk, even if he doesn't. And there are a few moments, a lot of the conversations with Carey were, at what point do we want to see that? And equally, when he comes back and thinks that she's passed out, that nice guy falls away, so there's this sense that he feels like he's putting in the work. So it's this kind of subversion or perversion of what we're kind of used to seeing when it comes to seduction in films and what people think is either appropriate or what they can get away with.
So pretty. But why are you wearing all that makeup?
Oh no, she's eating that devil bear powder. She's gonna come an addict, isn't she? No, not just the case of that.
Makeup, do you mind me asking? I never understood why women were so...
Bleeding out, it's really concerning though, this now, isn't it? It's getting really tense now, isn't it? I told you you'll start enjoying it. No, not really. We might enjoy it. It's sick. She's got that awful, that devil bear powder in her mouth. Well, she can easily come out addict, Is that what you want to do? Because it is a very strong message she's trying to point out, is it? So, is it like, is that how the movie's going to go, is it? Because we all know that, well, obviously he was in Kick-Ass 2 and it changed the bad guy's name, but, yeah, but she's going to come at it, isn't she? No, but you got a good idea, maybe. You're technically very right. Yes, he has forced her to take that stuff, and that stuff is very serious. Yes, it is, but obviously we don't know how dangerous it is because we haven't taken anything like that. Even it tried to, people try to encourage you to take that stuff, and obviously we had the BBC messages. They're saying say no to the stuff, but yes, people do trick you to take more dangerous substances, don't they? Especially when you've been maybe drinking or something. Well, you do have a very good point, especially with addiction and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, talking about addiction, it's like online playing, that's an addiction, isn't it? And you get people on Day and the Mic trying to influence you to maybe do stuff you don't want to do. What, on online gaming? Yeah, but we're going off the beaten track here, aren't we? We'll meant to get onto this subject of this. Well, yeah, about drugs and that. Yes, but drugs ain't just the major story of this.
Yeah, but thing is though, he is right that, that gaming, that's an addiction, and is that what I'm getting at then?
Well, it's got a strong message, but no, that's not what it's trying to affair at. What is it might be affaring at then?
I think he doesn't know what it's affaring at.
Well, I do. You're not making me easily explain it, are you? What? Explaining game addiction? I mean, why? I wasn't. I'm trying to explain something else.
Well, what then?
Well, I'm trying to explain about ladies. Oh, so you're saying that ladies can't play video games? Is that what you're trying to get at? Are you trying to be really sexist on the matter then, are you? No, I'm not. Why is it going to revert to gaming? Addiction! Yes, drug addiction, but I haven't mentioned anything about gaming addiction, did I? Well, no, but we are talking about addiction, though. Yeah, but we all associate with addiction, you know, with drugs, don't we? It's like, you know, you think most people what are on them, you know, when it's quite common, isn't it, when you're driving down the road and that. What are you getting at now?
Well, I don't know.
Well, you know, ladies of the night or the day, because, you know, they work all hours, don't they?
You mean them ladies what we have on, like, you know, on the games, like GTA and that?
Oh, look, can we get off the subject of gaming? Well, yeah, but we have them ladies, and we always presume that they always have like nasty, you know, horrible people getting them onto horrible substances, don't we, and that. Well, yeah, you got a very strong point there, and yes, everyone gets that impression when they do see them ladies, and this is maybe why one of the reasons how they get influence on that substance. Yeah, I mean, you can think of it, how horrible it must be and all that, look, and how easy it is, you know, that you're thinking people are taking that substance and they get, you know, taste of it, and that's it, that they can't get rid of it, the taste, and they just want it more and more, don't they, and they're willing to do anything for it, aren't they? So this is where the movie's going into it. This is what it's about. It's about people taking drugs and that, isn't it? Yes, I can see where you may be going with this, and yeah, there's a very good possibility the movie might do that, but when you first time watch it, obviously I've seen it, but yes, our character, you know, Cassie, has got that lethal substance in her mouth, and the attention is building there, and yes, it is, you've got a very good point there, Mr. Pervert. Well, thank you.
So what are you saying then? You're actually agreeing with Mr. Pervert then, Mr. Know-it-all then?
Well, yes, I can understand his logic of thinking maybe the movie could go this certain point of view, and yes, the tension's there, the substance is in her mouth. What is going to happen?
Well, I like to know what's going to happen, don't I? But you two keep whittering on.
Well, I'm sorry, Captain Gorgeous, but I'm talking intellectual, very important stuff, right? That this stuff does get around, and it does exist, and it affects people's lives and all that lot. And that's all I'm trying to get at. And I'm a major thing, I should know, right? You see Red Mist, what changed his name to Mother, and I ain't going to say the rest, alright?
Mother? Why are you on about mothers now?
Well, Mum's a ladies, but now he changed his name, right? But, yeah, I'm talking about serious issues that I don't know much about, but we're all aware of it, though, aren't we? And, we don't want to come in experts in that field, but actually seeing this, it makes it all tensed up, and I want to know what's going to go on.
Well, then why don't you shut up? Let's find out.
I will let you find that. Just let me have my bloody say, alright? Because I know, right, I sassed it out, right? He is Mr. Mother, alright?
What's that got to do with anything?
Well, he did play a part, and he was called the Mother, and yeah, we're going to leave it at that, right? But yeah, so, and obviously he's a bad guy, and obviously we're bad guys is doing these things to people and stuff, don't we? And it's reality, isn't it? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Well, it's a very serious subject, yes.
Why are you two still talking through it? I want to know myself.
Well, we're trying to help you, ain't we?
What, by interrupting the movie?
There's a big difference in interrupting a movie and helping somebody with the movie. I'm trying to establish serious stuff about the movie, what I've just figured out. And that's what I'm trying to get at. And everyone needs to know about it, because I want to tell you everything about it. Or what? So what is it about? Well, it's bleeding, obviously. It's about addiction. Gaming addiction. Like one of the subjects I was on about, innit?
Oh, shut up!
I never understood why when there was so much makeup, it's like you guys are so much more beautiful without it. It's like...
I don't know what he's actually talking about there. That's actually totally wrong. I mean, there is a big difference. You can tell by a lady wearing makeup or not wearing makeup, and that.
What are you on about?
Well, he just mentioned makeup, didn't he? And that's what I'm getting at. You know, you've got a plain face and all that lot. I mean, that's what, you know, ladies do. They put makeup on because it does make them, you know, more, you know, the eye-catching, don't it? I mean, you got like professional makeup ladies, what, you know, when they, you know, do movies and stuff and all that lot. Obviously, people need to sort of wear makeup, don't they? You know, all sorts of different reasons. Yeah, there's blemishes and stuff and faults, but when you put a bit of makeup on, obviously it hides that. But it, you know, like lighting, isn't it, for a movie? You know, it stops the shine on your skin and all that lot. So there's very good reasons to, you know, have makeup on. I don't know what he'll be on about. He will be wearing makeup for doing that shot in the movie.
We don't care about it. I want to know what's going to happen in the movie. Now you're on about makeup. What that does long ago, you were on about, you know, twisting it into a full circle of mentioning, you know, addiction, but a gaming addiction.
Well, yeah, but it's a very good point. Right, I mean, watching this footage, right, you saw that lady being dressed up. Now, some images of ladies, we're always seeing ladies, mostly ladies, you know, with makeup on, you know, especially, you know, when they're going out, you know, young, courting, old enough ladies what go out, you know, nightclubbing or something. They're always wearing makeup and stuff, don't they? Well, yeah, yes, it's common practice, I suppose.
But we don't care.
Yeah, but, you know, he's just said, right, that, you know, he wants women not to wear makeup. Yeah, but he's trying to think, he's got it in his head that that's going to be pleasing, you know, Cassie, you know, the character Cassie, that, you know, she's going to be wooed by that or something. Well, he's a bloody idiot, because everyone knows that ladies like to put makeup on and spend a long time doing that. That's why, you know, if you have a girlfriend, you got to wait for a very long time to wait for the girlfriend to, you know, put a makeup on and all that lot. And that's one good reason I don't have a girlfriend,
because nobody won't have you.
Yeah, but imagine all that waiting. I could have been seriously game playing and all that lot, can't I?
So you're becoming a makeup expert all of a sudden, have you?
Well, no, but you can tell by the difference, right? You're comparing these pictures, right? I mean, the biggest what stands out, you know, like a doll, right? I mean, yeah, the painted like really fine black paint, and that's what it's like, isn't it? If you really pay attention, it's more or less the eyes what really does it, isn't it? Really, you know.
What?
Well, yeah, it's getting the point, but why are we moving on to makeup? Because obviously he's mentioned it, and obviously, you know, if anybody's got an opinion about the situation, what we're seeing, I mean, they can figure out themselves, can't they? And obviously, I think people are always going to still wear makeup, even, you know, what happens in that. I mean, it does make a difference and make you look different, and I've done it.
Well, yeah, that's what it's called makeup for.
But, you know, we should be moving on with the movie though, shan't we?
Finally!
You guys are so much more beautiful without it. It's like guys don't even like that kind of stuff, you know.
What does he mean that guys don't like that stuff? That is absolutely rubbish.
We don't care. The thing is, he's doing that on purpose.
Yeah, but the thing is though, if you're comparing these pictures, as we keep saying, that there is a great ultimate difference, and you can tell by, does it do any different? But it makes that person individually looks different, and they stand out, and that's why people might want to wear makeup, because it does do something. And yeah, look, we're not going to be that professional about makeup, are we? But he came out with that point. I mean, look, just a good example, we associate makeup. It's been out for, billions of years.
I don't remember dinosaurs wearing makeup.
Well, not dinosaurs exact, but like Raquel Welch wore makeup, didn't she? When she would do, was a cave lady, But yeah, if you look right, makeup, it does make a big difference, right? And more you see these images, right, and we do associate, when ladies are going out, they're always, spending, quite a bit of time, putting makeup on. I think that they have like a custom of the enjoyment of getting ready, and it's like a great fun, entertaining, a laugh having getting out makeup and that.
Right.
Well, that is your opinion, Captain Pervert. Well, yeah, but the point is, I am saying about the makeup, aren't I? Well, yeah, but we're not experts on that fact, are we? Oh, no.
Yeah, and another thing, we don't want to be talking about makeup, because I want to watch the movie. So can we get back to it, please?
It's just this stuck-in system that to impress women is fucked up.
There is a big difference when they're all dressed up with all that makeup and all that lot. I mean, they just do stand out when they all got them little pink dresses on and all that lot, do they?
Not interested.
Oh no, he's taking more of that stuff. That just totally gives you total misery, doesn't it? I mean, he just sees things just disrespectfully different, won't he? Well, if you say so. Yeah, but that stuff gets you into, in trouble, doesn't it?
I want to see you.
Well, he needs to open his eyes to do that.
The real you. With all your freckles.
Well, he needs to open his eyes if he wants to see her freckles and all that, look, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, he does actually, but you know what? I know a game, about freckles,
Freckles the game?
Yeah, I do, yeah. A lot of ladies are very good at winning that game, I've heard.
Right.
What game's this? Freckles, you said? Yeah, it's a game of freckles, right? I mean, it's quite easily, to do, right? What my mate has told me down the road, right, about freckles. You must be getting deaf. That's what I said, freckles. Now, my mate says that freckles is easily played, right? And he has really won it, but he says he'll master it one day and win the game.
Right, but we don't know what this game involves.
Freckles! Yes, we have established that it involves freckles, but I think what we're trying to get to you is actually to figure out how do you play this game? Is it something to do with a console or something? No, you literally do play it. You don't need any fancy equipment like, video game or anything. No, it's not like that. No, it's actually like a physical sport, I would say. A sport.
It's getting me really curious. Will you stop babbling and just tell us how you play it then?
Well, This is how my mate explained it to me, right? You listening?
Yes!
So, the first thing my mate does is go down to the pub, right? And it's the landlord what plays this game of Frettles, right? And it's quite simply explained, right?
Just get on with it, right? I'm so curious.
Right, you need specialised equipment, English sport equipment.
Right? But what?
Well, it's simple. It's a cricket bat. That's what you need, right? And then the next thing is, well, you can get it maybe from humans, but usually with the landlord, he's got some guard dogs, and he gets that specialised, leftovers what dogs leave, and what he does, he puts it on a table, right? That substance, right? And the idea is, get everyone sort of around the table, and he hits it as hard as he can with the cricket bat, right? And it goes splat, right? And what they do is how to win the game is how many freckles you've got on your face wins, and they get a pint of brown beer.
What? Is that a big build-up?
That just sounded revolting. Well, no, that's what my mate said to do, I know.
There's something wrong with your mate knowing a pervert like you. And that is just sick.
No, it's disgustingly disrespectful, that. What do you mean? A lot of people, right, spend a fortune having mud baths and mud packs on the face and all that lot, don't they? That is a big difference compared to that interview you just said. Now, I'm not being funny, but I think that is really upset out maybe all the audience. What audience? Well, we never know who could be watching, could we? Well, yeah. Well, the point is, I think on that note, and for the moment, to recover what you just said, right, I think it's time we should end the video for the moment and have a part 4.
Right, but we haven't got much into the movie yet.
Well, blame him.
Yeah,